Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the We're Going 5 podcast, powered by TSH Tennis. The year of Carlos Alcaraz continues, and Jannik Sinner looks like he might be in trouble. Mensik looking like he's a superstar in the making again. JPEG doing her thing in Dubai. Fonseca falling in Rio. So many storylines to get into, our overreactions, some of our picks for next week, and so much more. But before we start, I'm Yousef.
Hi, I'm Ismaeel.
Hey guys, I'm Haroon.
Absolutely legendary week for the one and only Carlitos Alcaraz, Ismaeel, taking down everyone in his path to win his 26th tournament, 9 ATP 500, undefeated to start off the year. Ismaeel, your thoughts on what you saw from the one and only King Carlitos?
I don't know what to say anymore. This is now Carlitos' world, and we just live in it because he's doing whatever he wants, and he's now looking like by far and away the best player, and he is looking like maybe one of the best players to ever live because the way he dominated all through that tournament, even when other players brought their best level, and then to destroy Fils the way he did, like I thought Fils is going to challenge him. He's a player who has a lot of power, documented as the highest topspin rate on tour. You thought with his athleticism, all right, we're going to see a fun final. He took out Mensik, who had an amazing tournament himself. And then just the way Carlitos absolutely dismantled him was unbelievable. Like, it's not fair anymore because he's stronger than you. He's faster than you. He's quicker. He has absolutely no weaknesses on court. He's mentally so locked in. He's now the smartest, tactically most savvy player, in my opinion. And what he did with the forehand in this final was an absolute masterclass. It felt like it really gave me Federer 2005 vibes, where it's just like, if he connects with the forehand, it's over. The point is over. It's night, sleep tight. On the run from the right. On the run, angle, shorthand, angle. A high ball down the middle. Every single time he connected, it was a winner. It was a winner. A return. Like, it was a masterclass from the forehand, but just showing you how savvy and how unbelievable Carlos Alcaraz. We are witnessing a level of tennis that is beyond. It is from the heavens. This is amongst the highest levels of tennis we're seeing right now from Carlos Alcaraz. And he can do it all. He knows when to turn on the jets and go for it. He knows when to just stick with the rally. I love what I'm watching from Carlos right now. It's a joy. And by far and away, he's looking the best he's ever looked. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Haroon, Carlitos is doing things that sometimes words can't even describe. What did you see in that week in Qatar?
I agree. Like, okay, when you look at it on paper and you look at his run, it doesn't seem like he faced the best players in the world. Obviously, this is an ATP 500, but these guys are not in the best form. But I feel like they brought their A game. Like, this is,
I agree,
to them,
100%. I feel like they brought their best level. Like, they were bringing their best level. What Rublev showed against him, like, this was a high level. Like, it was amazing.
I think this is one of the best performances Rublev put up in the last year and a half or two, maybe even. And he was playing amazing. He was calm, he was composed, and he was serving well. He was doing lots of if Rublev started playing like this like 3 years ago, his career would have been completely different. But he brought that level. Karen Khachanov, also same thing. Also somebody super tough to play, but I think he also brought one of his best levels. And also, Artur Rinderknecht, he also played an amazing level again in that first match, which I think that the guy was trying to crush the ball. They all were trying to crush the ball. They were trying to outpower Alcaraz, trying to hit harder, trying to hit faster, trying to move quicker. And I think that Alcaraz, like, these guys are what we like to call them tier 2, tier 3 players. Like, they're good, they're top 15, 20, 30, kind of in that range. And I think Alcaraz really solidified that they are there. Like, even though when they bring their best level, he's still far away from them. Like, your best level is appropriately that distance between me. So, which was
Haroon, at best, that's the distance.
At best, like I thought he was quicker. Alcaraz, I thought he was quicker. Like, I didn't think he was quicker. Like, times we were talking about him before, sometimes when he was breaking this insane level last year, I'm like, well, this is unbelievable. I feel like he's hitting harder. I feel like he's faster. I felt that now. Watching him, felt like there was no drop shot. The drop shot had to be perfect to do it against Alcaraz. Otherwise, he was going to make it there comfortably. I don't think any player was playing a point and felt like, okay, this ball's over. Like, they hit a winner, and it's kind of like, okay, I need to hit like 10 more of these winners to maybe set up a winner, actual real winner. He's getting every single ball. He's covering everything. Like, when the other player, whether it's Rublev, whether it's Yashin, whether it's Rinderknecht, or even Royer, like, they're hitting winners, and Alcaraz is hitting the winner back. Like, I feel like their biggest, toughest shot is returned with an even bigger shot by Alcaraz. And I felt like that was really unfair.
You're never
like,
safe. You're 100%. You're not safe because Haroon, they try to hit the winner. If you dare try to hit the winner cross court into Alcaraz's forehand, you are highly likely to eat a winner. You're highly likely that it's gonna come back with interest, with power. Like, I agree, Haroon. I think he's finding like the balance between the defense and the offense. It is scary hours because it's starting to crystallize. We saw it in the Djokovic final in Australia, and now it looks like this is the norm, and it's frightening for everyone, I think, Haroon.
I also think that something maybe that's been different, especially now in 2026 to me, I think his comfort, like, he's smooth throughout the match. Like, he's always consistent, okay? The consistency thing, yeah, he's winning. But even throughout the match, yeah, he's playing well. But I feel like now he's more smooth. Like, you don't feel like any knots, like he's getting ticked off. The forehand was, like, as crisp as ever. It's so
smoothness,
smooth.
Haroon, I'm telling you,
so
that's why.
smooth.
I'm telling you, the forehand and the smoothness you're talking about, for me, this is Federer 05 vibes. This is exactly why I'm feeling this right now.
What did you think, Yousef? It's unbelievable.
No, it really is unbelievable. And, you know, my conclusion from watching this entire week from Carlos Alcaraz is that Carlos Alcaraz is now operating like big three in their prime. And let me say, because we know his peak, but I mean the consistency, because he's the king on the throne, correct? And he's the guy everyone he wants him. He has the biggest target on shots. He has the biggest target on his back. Anyone that goes up against him, first of all, they're going to play their best tennis because they're free, because you are not supposed to beat Carlos Alcaraz right now. So, and this is an ATP 500. He's going up in a tournament. You got your appearance fee. You can maybe go down against a Karen Khachanov who's playing the best tennis he's played in a long time and lose to him. And Royer in that match before when he's down 5-2, and Rublev playing some great tennis, and you're like, okay, maybe this is the day where Carlos Alcaraz picks it up, and okay, you lose in the quarterfinals and it's over. But he's reached the level right now where, look, I'm going to come into this match, and you might get your chances, but when it's time to come up clutch, when the pressure points come, Carlos Alcaraz is going to come up to you and he's going to say, okay, it's time to be clutch. Are you going to be able to be more clutch than me?
No one's able.
And the answer again and again and again and again is no, you are not. No matter if you're Karen Khachanov, a top 10 player, Rublev, top 5 player, it doesn't make a difference. Carlos Alcaraz is going to come out on top. And for anyone, when you see that now and you're like, okay, this Carlos Alcaraz is untouchable. He's playing in a different level. Even if an ATP 500 where he should maybe be taking a mental break, he's not taking any breaks, then I stand no chance. And that's what Carlos Alcaraz is giving.
6-2, 6-1 in a final.
It's insane. It's insane.
He's played great, by the way.
He's reminding everyone whenever he steps up.
He's played great, like I was saying. Yeah. He's played great.
Great, and we're going to talk about Fils. But Carlos Alcaraz walks into the court with the biggest smile on his face, but he is your worst nightmare. On the other side of the court, you see this smiling, happy guy suffocating you, picking up every single ball, not giving you any chance. And when you have the chance, he decides to find his best level. I'm absolutely amazed by Carlos Alcaraz. And this 2026 season, like 2025 was spectacular. 2026 looks like it's going to be legendary what we're seeing.
It's amazing. And I really want to make the point that, like what Haroon was just saying, Feast played really well in that final. What Carlos did to him in the final is similar what he did to Tommy Paul in the French Open. He brought a level that was inhumane. This was a level, it was unreal. When he saw the light of day on the forehand, it was a knockout punch. It was a winner.
And to your point, I think this was his highest grade ever in a match in his career. 9.68, something like it. Carlos Alcaraz, we've seen from him levels beyond compare, and this was his best.
It was amazing.
Y'all know what's also insane to that point? Artur Fils is 1 year younger than Carlos Alcaraz. 1 year. Artur Fils is trying to go for his first tournament win, Haroon. Carlos Alcaraz went for his 26th. Can you imagine? And by the way, Artur Fils is a guy.
He's a different league.
Artur Fils is a guy who has Goran Ivanisevic in his box, so we want to talk about that, which means this is a guy who people believe is the next big thing for French tennis. His box is always packed. And this Carlos Alcaraz is on a completely different level. 26 tournaments, and he's only 1 year older. Like, that's a thing where we need to go back. Like, sometimes comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison also reminds you how insanely good Carlos Alcaraz
It's insane.
is.
Carlos Alcaraz is insane. Rafa said it best. He said, they asked him about Carlitos' achievements. He's a legend already. Carlitos is a living legend already. Like, everything he does is legendary. His level is legendary. And for the next big thing in French tennis, like you're saying, to not even challenge him in a final, and he played great. You can't say anything bad about Feast this week or about his final. It's just that Carlitos, when he's like that, I don't know if there are maybe 3-4 humans on planet who can even try to challenge him at that level.
You know,
But also, by the way, a point. My favorite thing about Alcaraz, well, also Sinner a bit, but mainly Alcaraz because he's on stage right now, is that Alcaraz makes sure that everybody watching gets a nice show. Because I think he doesn't need, like, he can beat Feast convincingly with maybe 60% of his powers. Like, he get 6-2, 6-1. That was a crushing. Like, he could beat him 6-4, 6-4 with way less effort. But he chooses to destroy him for our pleasure, which is nice. He shows us these amazing shots. And I think also that match point basically summarizes that whole match. Like, here's Feast playing amazing, trying to crush, trying to create a constructive point, trying to really hit the ball as hard as he can. And then he gets an approach shot to finish it for a winner. And then basically Alcaraz just slaps it back in his face, cross-court passing shot. Like that just solidifies what the whole match was about.
When Carlos Alcaraz demoralizes an amazing Novak Djokovic in an Australian Open final, like who do you think is going to come in any tournament and be like, okay, I'm going to be able to decipher this thing and make him suffer? No one. No one's going to make him suffer.
I mean, it's scary to think that Australian Open final might have graduated him into a new level of tennis.
I agree.
And right now, the train is moving at a high speed.
And I do have to say, and Haroon, hats off to you, because when Juanqui left him, I said there's going to be turbulence. And I'm giving you your flowers. You said that Carlos Alcaraz is this mature player. He's a champion, and he's going to be able to navigate these rough waves. And he's done it with flying colors. And he said he's been working on the mental side after the turbulence he had. And boy, oh boy, has he 10 out of 10 in every single category.
Amazing. That Juanqui chapter, I think it's fully.
Yeah, that's done. He's gonna come back. As it stands, he's reached that level. I can actually just go with my brother in tournaments and win.
Alcaraz fans, maybe you could even make the argument: was Juanqui holding him back?
I'll stop that there. I disagree with that.
Put that out in the ether. No. Coaches would hate me for saying that. Coaches hate me. But his level like that, logically, Juanqui set up what he is right now. But maybe if Juanqui left earlier.
But Carlos Alcaraz, we're seeing
just
now
for
is
fun. Just joking, guys. Just joking. Juanqui is great.
completely different Carlos Alcaraz than we saw in the past few years. But Ismaeel, you said Artur Fils had an amazing tournament and should be given so much credit. And it's not that he was bad, it's just that Carlos Alcaraz was legendarily good, if that's even a word. Thoughts on Artur Fils after coming back of the super long injury, that back stress fracture? Here he is in a final, just 3 tournaments in. Your thoughts on Fils?
Yeah, it's really, really good signs because Fils is a player who has such amazing potential because he has the tools to challenge Sinner and Alcaraz. Despite what happened in that final, he has the athleticism, he has the big shots. You feel like he has the demeanor and the composure and generally the belief that he should be amongst the top. Yeah. And I love what I see from Fils. And, we know he has the highest topspin rate on tour, but, he has a lot of potential. I really like that already. So quick, like his results are matching his potential right now. Because you felt like before he got injured, he started to find that form. But this is why I think where he should be. He should be competing. He should be a top 10 player. He should be competing with Alcaraz and Sinner for, semis and finals. And I like this from him right now. That being said, the addition of Goran gonna help him a lot. It also says a lot about him, right? If Goran is signing up to join his camp, especially after everything he said about Tsitsipas. He was heavily critical of Tsitsipas. So you must believe that he thinks Fils is the next best thing. And the good news for Fils also is that there's a lot of room to grow tennis-wise. I think right now his game is very one-dimensional. He's dominating from the back, hitting really hard from the back. I think he's going to have to add more movement to the front, more angles. But so far, great stuff from Fils.
Haroon.
Yeah, I love what I'm seeing from Fils, by the way. And it was such a shame that he got injured in RG last year because it looked like that could have been a nice run. He could have went even deeper. He was in form. He was in shape. And he was playing great with lots of confidence. But it's a shame because such a young player to get injured like that, especially it's tough. But he looks like he's back, even better than I think he was before. Maybe with a little bit more maturity.
I agree, Haroon. He looks better, more consistent, moving better.
Yeah, and when he came on tour 2023, 2024, he was having some big wins. He beat Zverev twice before. He beat Ismaeel, your boy Tsitsipas. He beat my boy Casper Ruud. He beat Fritz. He beat Hubie Hurkacz. And he also, so he's beaten big top guys before when they were even more top than they are right now, I would say. And when he was younger. So this is a guy who always, we know that he has lots of potential. And I love that Goran Ivanisevic is with him on the team right now because I think that guy is such a smart guy. And to have him on our team is amazing, especially what he did with Novak in 2023 and before. So I think Fils also played a great match. Like I said, I think he played a great match against Alcaraz. I think against anybody else, he probably would have won the whole title. And it would have been great for him, for his confidence, but he had to face Alcaraz, unfortunately, which is sad for him. But I love what I'm seeing, and I think that it's only way up from now. And look, he lost a lot of weight, lost 6 kilos. Maybe he was too big before, but now he's a little bit more agile, I think. So it's great. I hope that he stays healthy because, like you said, Smile, he has all the tools to battle with the top guys. Maybe just needs to that. Yeah, I don't know what he needs to beat these guys.
He needs variety and he needs more experience. And that will come.
Yeah. Hopefully Goran would do that.
Yeah. But like both of you said, the Goran Ivanisevic edition, if I don't even know who Artur Fils is, if I see Goran Ivanisevic in someone's box, that's a stamp of approval done. I don't even need to see the tennis. That means this guy is coming for greatness. And I love whenever I see a player come back from very long injuries and show results right away. That shows me that this person is on a completely different level than other players because so many guys struggle when they come back from injury. So if you're able to come back from that and have the amazing run he just had after 3 tournaments in, and he lost to Demon, who was the champion in Rotterdam, and then he came here and he lost to he just loses to the champion. So that shows you what Artur Fils is capable of, and I believe he is going to have an amazing year and he's going to have an amazing career. And by the way, last year, Carlos Alcaraz was taking the distance in Monte Carlo when he went on his tear during the clay swing. Artur Fils was the closest player to take him down. So that needs to be remembered. So having him back
underrated player on clay, by the way.
He's an amazing player on clay. And we were talking about him like he's going to be a threat during Roland Garros. So to have him back is so important for tennis.
Yeah, I agree. So awesome. It's going to be so fun to see how he, plays going into the Sunshine Double and now on clay.
Yeah.
However, arguably maybe the biggest story this week was how Sinner lost to Mensik in Haroon, dare I say, almost convincing fashion to Mensik. Are you concerned about what we're seeing from your boy Jannik?
To be honest, that was one of the worst performances I've seen for Sinner in a long time. Like I feel like he erased the Sinner of old, and he was this completely new player. I feel like now that he dipped a bit, and like watching him, most of his shots were barely even passing the service line, which is like, what? This is somebody who's always crushing the ball, who's always redlining everything. Looked like he was playing. I don't know what it was about the conditions, about the balls, or what it was, but I feel like Sinner was just off. He's like shanking forehands, hitting them way outside the lines, and not really feeding himself. I feel like I'm not concerned for him for his for his level in 2026. I think that he is going to manage that quite easily, because if anybody can come back from such a horrible loss, such a heartbreaking loss against Alcaraz in RG when you're up 2-0, and then you get a knife inside your heart and you lose that final set super tiebreak to Alcaraz like that, and then you come back and win Wimbledon. That's somebody that you can't count out ever, even if he loses like 100 matches in a row. Like, this is somebody you can't count out, so I'm not concerned. But that was a tough match.
In the short term, Haroon, in the short term, are you concerned here? Because
I think he's one of the most mature guys on tour, and I think he's going to bounce back super quickly. And even if he maybe takes a couple more losses, but that's going to be investment for slams. So I think I'm fine as a Sinner supporter right now.
All right, Yousef. This was a shocking loss.
So I disagree with Haroon, because this is not the same like the RG loss. The RG loss was spectacular tennis. This was bad tennis. And those are two completely different things. This isn't like, oh my God, I need to overcome this mentally. No, he left that RG match knowing he played some incredible tennis, and he just needs to win one more point. So that's the difference. To me, what I saw from Jannik Sinner, he absolutely fell apart.
Yeah.
He absolutely fell apart this match. He showed me that there's not a chink in the armor. There are chinks in the armor. And he's a guy who, like, everything is usually working. Like, the forehand's flowing, the backhand's flowing, he's hitting his balls. Nothing was going his way. And he wasn't able to hit, and the drop shot wasn't even working. When he wanted to go to that wasn't working. And then that's when I realized Jannik Sinner is very one-dimensional. Jannik Sinner doesn't have have much after plan A, and plan A like A, and then there's like maybe some plan B with the variation. But this was the first time I saw Jannik Sinner playing a match where his entire game plan did not work. Like, usually it's him finding his level again. He needed to find something else, because Mensik, all credit to Mensik, he was playing an amazing match. Like, he was clutch. He did everything amazing. The serving, the coming.
What do you want him to do? What will be plan B or plan C for him?
That's the thing. Like, I don't know. If that's the case, I would be in Jannik's place playing that match. But Jannik Sinner had no answer. His style of play was not working. He did not have an answer. He could not go in his bag. He could hit the ball. He could not go in his bag and find a way. But that's the thing about the greats. The greats find a way. You've seen the big three do it. You've seen Carlos Alcaraz. You've seen Carlos Alcaraz struggle with it. Go back to Daniil Medvedev, 2023 US Open semifinal. Carlos Alcaraz didn't know what to do. My style is not working. Just lost his mind, and then Medi beat him in straights. That's what I saw from Jannik Sinner. I felt like Jannik Sinner is going to have to go back to the drawing board and see, what can I do? And mentally, he needs to be like, okay, if my game plan is not working, what needs to change? But that was my conclusion. I felt like this was Jannik Sinner of 2023, where there's dips in the confidence, where there's also like the tennis is not fully there. Like his style of play wasn't there. So what can I fall back on? He had nothing else to fall back on. And Mensik, when you play a Mensik who's playing the best tennis he can play, you're going to lose.
Yeah, I mean, I think I tend to agree with you what you're saying, Yousef, because for me, Jannik looked like a player with very little confidence in this match. It was not his best level by far, yes, but the way he lost it felt like a player who lost confidence and wasn't playing courageous.
I felt like Ismaeel, he was just like hitting, like trying to hit through it.
I'm telling you, it was just he was playing, but he wasn't playing with confidence, wasn't going for his shot. And, also the way he lost that match to get broken by Mensik in the end, when do you see Jannik getting, feeling the scoreboard pressure and then failing, careless in the beginning of games, like careless errors. So I think there's definitely, a big confidence issue that's happening right now. Jannik commented about that after in the post-match presser when he said that, yeah, he's going through a confidence shaky situation right now and that he needs to work through it. And he said he's going to recover. But yeah, obviously, I would say this is concerning because the dip in level was quite far. And let me add one more thing. And this is where him and Carlos, I think, really, really differ. Yeah. Carlos is a player who can play from behind. Jannik Sinner is really a front runner type of player. When he's in the lead, when he's winning, he knows how to bring his best. But when you punch him in the mouth and he's chasing from behind, he tends to go away from his A game or he loses confidence in how he plays his A game. And I think we can say that we saw that in Australia. And I think we can say that we saw that with Mensik, who took the first set and took the power away. I think he took the power away, made Jannik chase. And I don't think he likes to play that way. That's true. Whereas Carlos doesn't feel that. Carlos does not feel that, Haroon.
Ismaeel, I disagree with you. I think his first Australian Open title would be evidence to you that he can play from behind, especially from 2 sets down.
True, I mean, that was a great win
at Medvedev. And that was him coming behind when he hadn't won a slam before and hadn't proved anything before. Also, the point of Yousef saying like he didn't have anything in his bag and playing from I disagree with playing from behind and also having other game plans. I just didn't think anything was working. And by the way, he looked like an average player. And even though Sinner's average level was very hard to beat, Mensik had to play one of the best performances of his life, and he still beat him in a final set. And also, this is greats always lose. Like we see Nadal losing to Randos in Wimbledon or whatever at some time. So this is if this was a slam, I would be concerned. But this is just an ATP 500. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But
I mean, I think
he's just off.
Those are fair points. But I think what we're saying here is that the way he lost also is concerning. Then Haroon, do you think Jannik is still suffering from the loss to Novak Djokovic in Australia?
Probably a bit. Obviously, that was a tough loss. Maybe it made him feel a bit human because he was going off super long periods, not losing. So I think that's something that anybody would need time to adjust to, especially to the GOAT. So I think, maybe it's playing with his head a bit. But again, I think he's going to bounce back. He lost to Alcaraz before, then lost to Bublik. So I think these are not bad players to lose to. But I think it is affecting him a bit.
Yousef, you think he's suffering?
Yeah, I do think he's suffering a bit. It hurts because you're someone who's 24 years old. You're in your prime, back-to-back champion. You lose to a 38-year-old, even though he's the greatest to ever live. He's 38 years old. So that probably hurts. And in 5 sets, it's not like it was 3 sets of domination. No, you lost to him in a 5-set battle. He outlasted you, to a great champion like Jannik Sinner. That hurts. And the other thing I would say, I think Novak Djokovic just he gave others hope, even though it's not the same, because Novak Djokovic, nobody is Novak Djokovic. But you give other players who believe who have the ego, who have the confidence that they're great players, and on any given day they believe they can beat anyone. When Novak goes out and does it in 5 sets in the Australian Open, then you think you can, if you're having a good day, Jannik Sinner can lose. He is not. Ivan Drago is human.
Yeah.
And that's what Novak Djokovic did. He bleeds.
Yeah.
And Jakub Mensik saw that he bleeds, and that's what he did. Knocked him
Yeah,
out.
I think so too. I agree. And also, because the way he lost in Australia, he didn't play a bad match in Australia. He actually played amazing tennis. Novak just brought tennis from out of this planet. So I think when you lose like that and you get outgunned like that, I think it was a confidence killer. Definitely more so than what you could say about the French Open, where it's just a super tiebreak. It could have gone either way. So I think it's affecting him. And what we saw, Haroon brought up the match when he lost in Roland Garros. He lost then in Halle to Bublik, which I would say even when he lost to Bublik, it didn't feel like he played that bad of a match. This one feels a bit worse because he played at such a bad level, especially in the final set.
But we have to say he is he deserves a free pass every now and then. So,
for sure. And we're going to learn again about his mental toughness. I don't doubt. So I don't doubt Sinner will come back. Yeah. It's just that how long is it going to take to rebound? Because, these confidence-killing moments, they come, and then champions, they rise again. Yeah. Jannik will rise. Yeah. How soon is the question?
Yeah, that's the question.
How soon is the question? Yeah.
Very soon. But before Masters comes, he's going to be ready, I think.
Well, we're going to find out, aren't we, Haroon, soon enough? Yeah. But the men who took him out, Yousef, Jakub Mensik, this guy is an amazing talent. Is he not getting the hype he deserves, this man?
It's tough because there are weeks where Jakub Mensik deserves all the praise in the world. He needs to be on the front pages of every newspaper when he beat Djokovic in Miami last year. And there's all this talk about Fonseca, about Tien. But Jakub Mensik is the highest ranked out of all of them. Jakub Mensik has won a Masters. Jakub Mensik has so many accolades to his name that make you think, okay, then Jakub Mensik is the guy we should be speaking about. But the consistency is so weird from him. He frustrates me because I feel like when I watch him play, when you're watching that match against Jannik Sinner, I'm like, this is the only player that I can clearly see that can rival someone like Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. But then next one, let's see what happens in Dubai, for example. He's signed up for the tournament. TSH Jimmy thinks he's not even going to play. So my thing is, it's the consistency. The body betrays him sometimes. I don't know, is it him or is it just his body? That hurts. But the week in and week out, we haven't seen it 2 weeks in a row, We've seen it one tournament and then it's over. So let me see at least 3 weeks in a row. Let me see 4 weeks. Let me see in a swing. So not hyped enough? I don't think so, because anyone can have a good week. He has the potential, like so many other guys, but we need to see it on a consistent basis. So I'm going to say he deserves more love. But I don't think he should get hype also because the Fonseca hype is crazy, but I'm not comparing it to that. But he needs to show us more weeks of great production for us to hype him up more.
Fair enough. Haroon, what are your thoughts about Jakub?
No, I actually think that he needs way more hype than he deserves. I think that Jakub Mensik doesn't get enough hype in terms of excitement. I think we need to be excited about this player because since this guy came on tour, I think he's been amazing. And maybe personally, I have to confess, I wasn't super impressed with him from the beginning. He had some big wins before. He beat Rublev in Australian Open. I'm like, wow, that was amazing. But and I thought he was going to do more, but maybe then he wasn't doing as much as I wanted to. I also sometimes his game is not so flashy, but he has a technically sound game. He has a big serve. He's super consistent. He has a big forehand. His strokes are great. He moves well. And by the way, since 2024, he's been having 4 or 5 wins over top 10 players every year. So that's amazing. He's beat Rublev. He's beat Dimitrov multiple times. He beat Djokovic. He's beat Casper Ruud. He's beaten.
He's 4-2 against top 5 players, which as it stands, it's the third highest win percentage in history.
It's
behind
crazy.
Borg and Alcaraz.
It's unbelievable. He's beaten Draper. He's beaten Fritz. And now Sinner. So yeah, I do agree that he's not getting enough hype. he's not doing he's not going necessarily super consistently deep. Maybe it's because we are already expecting him to be okay, this is a guy on tour and we expected you to win titles and compete and become a contender. Maybe we need to reframe it a bit. This is a super young guy and we need to be happy for whatever good results that he does. Like the same way we look at Fonseca, Tien, Mikkelsen, all these guys. We look at them still young players, and whatever they do, it's kind of like extra. I think maybe with Mensik, we're already expecting greatness from him, but he's still a young guy. He's still a teenager, so I think we just need to appreciate whatever he has right now. The guy is unbelievable, and I think that he's going to be a top 5 player for sure.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. And
I'm telling you, I gave him the highest praise. I think he's the one that can rival Alcaraz.
Yeah, I think he definitely has the game. He has it all. I was questioning the mental fortitude, honestly. So I know he has the belief it can turn on, but sometimes you just feel like he loses belief and confidence in himself, and then he has some really bad tournaments with really early exits, and maybe that is what is also affecting the hype train for Mensik, because maybe he hasn't had as many deep runs as even some of the other young guys, by the way, even though he's had Miami title. So
Shanghai went to the semis, remember?
Yeah, true. He has in the big
4th rounds at slams.
No, he's but not like the super deep like others.
I don't know
what's the.
He's made to the quarterfinals in Madrid as well.
Yeah, so I don't know why he doesn't get the same attention, because he has the game. He's very technically sound, but it's also fun to watch because he can absolutely crush the ball and he likes to move forward. He's an exciting player, and no, he deserves a lot more love. I agree on that one, and I think also the fact that he's lost a couple of matches from 2 sets up before in Slam, so maybe that's also affecting our impression of him. But he's a top talent. He's unbelievable.
The thing that's missing is he hasn't had a big win over a big player in slams, and I think that takes you to a different level. People see you on a different stage completely. When Tien, because he took down Medi twice.
Well, no, actually, he won last year in Australian Open first round. He took down the top player.
He beat Rublev in Australian Open before.
No, Rublev was Fonseca last year. And then
the year before,
Mensik, he took down a top player. I remember also because he followed
down Casper Ruud.
He beat Casper Ruud. He beat Casper Ruud.
Yeah, we had Fonseca took out
Rublev. That's not
Tien took out Medvedev, and
that's not a box office win,
Yeah, exactly, it's not box
he's
office.
Missing a box office win.
So that's the difference. That's why he's not getting the hype.
Yeah.
And also these losses in slams early when you're up 2 sets to love, that kills also maybe a little bit his reputation.
Yeah.
But he's so young, so talented, and you're right. He might be the next guy. He really might be, because he has the belief. Yeah. He has the belief.
I just want to see it back-to-back weeks at least.
The only thing I can say is that mentally, just to build up that fortitude, especially when you're ahead, especially on those days that you're not able to get up for it, and once he starts putting that together, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be Mensik time.
But like Haroon said,
Mensik time. Gonna be Mensik time.
The fact that he's so young. So, that body, I hope he's working on it and he's going to fix it, because the amount of times his body falls apart.
Yeah, we got robbed, of a quarter round of 16 match with Djokovic.
By the way, this is a thought that, dare I say, Jakub Mensik is the guy that so far has been ruining Jannik Sinner's 2026 season. Because he withdrew in that round 4 match against Novak Djokovic, which eventually gave Novak a rest for him to come into his match against Jannik Sinner as fresh as can be. Yeah. And then he goes on to beat him in Qatar. Yeah. So, Jakub Mensik is actually, to start off the season, Jannik Sinner's biggest nightmare.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah. But last thing, Haroon, just the body, if it holds on, and I hope we see it in the future improve, and we can expect it to improve, we should expect big things like you guys say.
Yeah, for sure. He's a fantastic player, and we love nothing more than to see these guys rise. But a guy that's also been rising, but a little bit falling, is it time to calm down on the Fonseca hype trade? Ismaeel, what do you think about this?
I'm hurt because I expected a lot more from Wow earlier so far in this season, But no, of course not. It's not time to calm it down, Haroon.
Why?
Because
Why not calm it down? Like,
because
yeah.
no, I'm not adding any pressure. I hold Wow Joao. I really think he's the next big thing, and he has all the tools.
Sorry. I just want to say something to add to support you. Ismaeel's not adding pressure. Ismaeel's actually a diehard supporter. Whatever he does, wins, loses, he loves Fonseca. So Ismaeel's not the guy that's adding pressure. He's just trying to champion Fonseca as much as possible.
I believe in him, Yousef. Like when you look at objectively at Wow Joao, there are no weaknesses in his game. He has an amazing forehand that is on par with the best. With Alcaraz and Sinner, he has an amazing backhand that he can crush as well. He likes to move forward. He's an amazing talent at the net, and his serve is quite good for his age. Right now, the concerns for Wow Joao is that he needs more match play, more match experience to become more savvy tactically. His fitness also is a question mark right now, but I don't even know if I can critique the fitness because he's coming off injury. And back injuries are never easy to work with. Ask any player who's gone through them. So, yeah, like this tournament, he had a couple nice wins. You know that loss against Ignacio Buse, who, he deserves the conversation. Ignacio Buse played a heck of a match. He played amazing. And we might see some dangerous things from Buse on this clay court swing coming up, by the way. So I'm not saying that. I don't think that's even a bad loss. I think it was just an amazing level from Ignacio Buse. So, no,
then the hype train needs to come down because if he should be losing to Ignacio, then he should be then we should be seeing him in the light that we see him in.
No, Ignacio
Haroon has him top 5 end of the season.
And the season is still young. He's still coming off injury. It's so young.
I agree.
And he has nothing to defend up until anything in the end of the season. Like, it's all gravy. It's all gravy for Wow Joao, even this year. And no, he has the level. Like, once he regains some confidence, he got a couple match wins, good for his confidence. Once he gets back, the movement, the form, the match play, no, Wow Joao is going to be here. And he loves the clay. He's going to be a problem. Like, let's see what happens in Sunshine Double. But no, I'm not worried about Wow Joao. And no, the Fonseca train should not be calmed down for 2 reasons. He has the game on his average day. He has the game to challenge top players. Plus, he has the mindset and the mentality of a top player. He believes. He doesn't fear no one. So no, I'm never worried about Wow Joao.
No one said if you're worried. We said, should we calm down the hype train?
No, you should not.
We should calm down. We should calm down the hype train.
You think we should calm down the hype train?
I think we should calm down the hype train. I think this thing that you do it made Haroon believe that he should be top 5. He should not be top 5.
No.
I think Wow Joao makes you believe in him.
Wow Joao
has to do with me.
Has not to do with Ismaeel. Has not to do with Ismaeel. I think Yousef, you don't like the hype train because of Ismaeel, not because of Wow Joao.
No. I love Fonseca. I absolutely love Fonseca. But I'm telling he has the wow factor, which is why he has his name. But we're expecting him to do things that we saw from who? Carlos Alcaraz? Who you expect?
No, I didn't expect anything like Carlos Alcaraz.
That, like even Jannik Sinner, we start to see the Jannik Sinner we see now, like that started 3 years ago. Before then, he was losing early in tournaments, and there wasn't consistency.
Great, but like Jannik was still talking about as the next great thing. By the way,
then I picked him to win Rio. By the way, and I see him in such a high regard, but I also look at this like. Why am I'm putting...
Are you changing your opinion because he didn't win Rio?
I'm not changing my opinion. I'm saying it takes time. It takes time to become the player that everyone expects you to become. And if every tournament he's going into, his first full season on tour, actually, I'm saying he should be top. That's not fair to him. So that's why
you picked him to win Rio, brother. We didn't ask you to do that.
I know, no, but the top 5 thing, you're expecting him to be top 5. There are guys who've been on the tour for 5 years, and that's still not even a goal, and they're very, very high level players. And so that's why I believe we should calm down a bit, just for his sake. Where some people walking into any tournament, Fonseca should be one of the favorites. Yeah, fine, Rio, he's the number 3 seed, he should. But going into other tournaments, I think we should calm it down a bit for his sake because he has so much to develop. And also, then there's the negative publicity that comes out because when he doesn't perform and then like, oh, we expected so much from you. And then I don't want to see it that way. I don't want to look at Joao Fonseca at any point in time during this season, next season, where like, oh, you're such a disappointment. No. You're 19
You
years
don't have
old.
to. You don't
should
have
take
to.
time. That's the narratives are going to be that way. That's why I think it should calm down so we can allow him to grow in peace, and then we can get 10 years, 15 years of absolute dominance from a sensational player like him.
Then you shouldn't calm down the hype, Haroon. I don't understand.
I think you should.
Here's the thing, like hype, as in like get excited about this guy. I don't think we should stop getting excited about him because he is an exciting player and he is great for the sport. Like he's everything we want in the sport. Everything we love about Alcaraz, Fonseca has the same thing. The guy is fun, he's entertaining, he understands that the crowd is watching. He's not just going there to do his job, so he's bringing the crowd with him. So he makes it fun for you to cheer for him. And also his game is so much fun. Like he has the touch, he has the power, he has serve, he has everything. That he was putting on a body of work in the end of 2024, even when he won the next gen finals, and then he went on to beat Rublev in the Australian Open last year. Like that was an amazing performance where he felt like, okay, like the sky's the limit for this guy, because that match was so fun, it was so clinical, and he did it consistently at a slam at a big stage. So you couldn't help but wonder, like the sky's the limit for him, and we don't need to tone it down. Why tone it down? Cheer him up, get excited, champion this guy, because he has the game to beat everybody, especially everybody's. But thing is, Fonseca to me is a player like he just needs to figure it out. There are guys that need to build. I think guys need to build step by step, build something, and then become a player. I feel like Fonseca just needs to solve his Rubik's Cube of a thing, and then he's going to skyrocket right away and take an elevator to the top. To me, that's how I view him, which is what... Okay, yeah, it's obviously not so black and white like that, but that's how I view it. So he's just bound to catch fire.
Fitness is way off.
Yousef, he won last year a 250 and 500, and he dominated when he won that 500.
You guys are expecting top 5 from him this year.
I didn't say top 5, by the way.
You're expecting top 10.
The season's not over. We're in February.
I know, but like, there's so many things that like the fitness doesn't. Like that's talking.
You're having recency bias because you're claiming the fitness issue now because he's coming off injury now.
He's coming off injury.
Where there were no fitness concerns when he was winning,
Fonseca
when he
showed
dominated
up, I've been
Fokina
talking
in the ATP 500 finals 4 months ago.
I think the fitness thing has been an issue even when he was it's not changing now.
Listen, okay, let's clarify something. Pressure and excitement or hype.
Then
like, okay, we want to put pressure on Fonseca, but what hype as in get excited. I believe he can win any tournament. If Fonseca's in the draw, I won't. Why would you want to count him out? This guy has the game. Like we pick somebody else over him that has like half the body of work in terms of potential. Like, I don't know. Like, why not get excited about this guy every time he steps on the court?
Again, two completely different things. Excited and hype train are two completely different things to me. They are not the same. So we disagree. But guys, let us know in the comments, who are you with? Should we calm this hype train down? Should we add more fire to it? Let us know. We'd love to know what you guys have to say about all the topics about Alcaraz, but let's see what you guys have to say about Fonseca. That's a very interesting one for us.
Yeah. Definitely let us know, guys. But an exciting matchup coming to us now in Delray Beach. We have the final between Sebi Korda, Sebastian Korda, who, guys, I had a prediction in the beginning of the year about him, and Tommy Paul, who Ismaeel and Yousef, you guys, you really love. So they're facing off in a final. Your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, I think, Haroon, first of all, both of them are players who had question marks towards the end of last year and coming into this year. And to see them finding their form is so amazing for tennis right now. And I don't even know who's looking better right now because, you know, Tommy Paul just had 2 amazing wins against Fritz, against Lerda the Burner, which is now definitely considered an amazing win. And Sebi Korda, Haroon, very impressive win against Casper Ruud. Always a big chance to take down Casper Ruud. And then Koboli also in the semi. So very nice wins from both. I'm just happy to see them back in form. You know, Sebi Korda, when he's on it and he's healthy, he has some of the most crisp, smooth, amazing ground strokes you can see on tour. Maybe one of my favorite backhands ever to watch when he's on it. And Tommy, to see him move and dominate and find his aggressive style of play again. This is great, Haroon. Like, this final is going to be box office.
To give you some credit here, Ismaeel, because you've been talking about Sebi Korda for years. You actually are the one that kind of brought him into the conversation between us. You've been talking about him for years, like at least 3-4 years now, since he came on tour, and you talked about how smooth he is and how great of a backhand he is, like you said now. So you've been somebody that's been talking about it for a while, and we've been waiting for him to succeed, to take it to the next step at least.
Yeah, well, thanks, but yeah, we've been waiting for him. We've been waiting for Sebi for so long, man.
Look at
Yousef, what do you think? You're a big fan of Tommy Paul.
Yeah, Tommy Paul, but first, Sebi Korda, calm down. Sebi Korda
I'm very calm.
He's sorry. He's the most frustrating player for me because Sebastian Korda has the potential to be a world #1 player, but he's a
Are you also doing the same prediction or same take like I did with her catch, but you crowned me for?
No. But he's actually like a top 30 guy because obviously the consistency, the body. I feel like sometimes the motivation is there some weeks and it's not, and then it shows up for us on a random week in 8B 250 in Delray Beach. Well, how about show me that in every single slam?
No, like Delray Beach is because he loves to play in Florida.
Okay.
He's
close to home.
Back home.
Is he from there? Is he from there?
I know. No, I think he's Vegas or something.
He's West Coast, but he likes to play in warm weather.
Fritz also loves playing there from home, even though it's California. Like they all love playing at home. They're at home. They're feeling good. So Sebi Korda, like I love him so much. I think he has so much potential. And he frustrates me, like Nick Kyrgios back in the day, and Mensik to a certain degree. I feel like they can be so much better than they are. TP, by the way, had a tough injury to end the season. I think he tore something in his shoulder. So TP is coming off a very tough injury. It took him a few months to find his footing again. Here he is back, taking down, like you said, Fritz, taking down Lerner Tien. TP is a top 10 guy. He's like TP is a beast, and you can expect 8.5, 9 level of Tommy Paul every match he plays. And he's going to be an absolute menace for the rest of the season if he stays healthy. So Americans finding their form, these two guys finding their form at home, love to see it before the sun shines up.
American tennis looking good in general, Haroon.
Yeah, it is. To me, I was super impressed with Tommy Paul taking down Lerner Tien. Like it probably would be one of his wins of the season because Lerner Tien is on absolute fire right now. He's playing amazing.
He's awesome.
Sebastian Korda finally Sebastian Korda going through, making the final because this guy...
He does it once a year. He does this once a year.
No, I don't think it's once a year.
He wins at 250, makes it to a final. Like
he's no. 250 fine, but 500 is I think next level a bit at least in the past few years. Oh, my apologies then. I thought it was... I get confused with these. Sometimes they're like a 500s and 250s all confused at the same time. It gets confusing. But fine, okay. But it still was stacked. It was kind of like ATP 500, you would think, because it has Fritz, it has Cobolli, it has Casper Ruud.
It was stacked, that's true.
So it felt like a 500 at least. But I think this is a great matchup. I think American tennis is looking great. I'm hoping for Sebi Korda because I said Sebi Korda is going to be my big prediction, a big leap of 2026. So I'm hoping for it, fingers crossed.
Haroon, Mickelson, then Ruud, then Cobolli. That's an impressive run.
It is. You have to
and
give
Mackenzie McDonald, round 1, not easy.
That's Sebastian Korda. He's that good. Then who's going to win the match, Lane?
I think Sebi Korda.
Haroon, who's going to win it?
I think it's Tommy Paul that's going to win because Tommy Paul is just like, he's good. He's a professional, I feel, but he doesn't. I don't feel like the spice. I feel like Korda's spicier, but I think Korda's going to lose. I think Korda's going to lose, but I want Korda to win. But Tommy Paul's going to win for me. Maybe in 3 sets, probably.
Yeah, I'll take my boy TP to win this one, too.
To be honest, Tommy Paul has the 2 better wins, winning against Fritz and against Lerner. Yeah. But I feel like Korda, if he can play like he's been playing, he can do it. But, Tommy Paul is probably the right pick. In the meantime, we just saw JPEG, Jessica Pegula had another big title win.
Yeah.
Yousef, your thoughts on what you saw from Jessie?
You know, Jessica Pegula is also, I think the theme of this episode is frustrating because when I believe in her, she doesn't come through. Then when I don't believe in her, she comes through. So, you know, JPEG, happy for her. She's a solid player. Like the fact that she's a journey woman, but she's fine. She's so consistent, been at the top of the game for so many years now. Like we probably don't speak highly enough of her because she hasn't won a slam, but she goes deep makes it to finals. So this is another good win for her. And I'd like to see, let's see if this can maybe convert into like a slam win at some time this season. I don't know if she has it, but like maybe this is a confidence boost for her. Had some big wins. Vitolina's a good win. Like there's Anisimova's a good win.
Haroon, you impressed with Jessie?
Super impressed. Somebody's been super consistent and has been banging on the door for quite some time. Like the last 6 months, one of the most consistent players on tour and semifinals all the time. Big wins, fourth. WTA 1000 title, great for JPEG, believable. She's a super smart player, by the way. I like these smart players, and she's also like older, so she's more mature and being more consistent. So great from JPEG right now.
Yeah, I always like to root for these late bloomers, and I love how she just dominates Amanda Anisimova every single time.
Don't remind me.
5-0 now against Amanda. I love it every
sad.
single time. It hurts Yousef. It hurts also TSH Jimmy. And I love to see Amanda go down to Jessie every time. I love it. It's hilarious. But yeah. I love following her story. And she keeps winning me over, to be honest.
Yeah, that was awesome. But guys, time for my favorite segment of every episode, and that is overreaction or not. I'm going to tell you something based on what happened this week, and you let me know. Is it an overreaction? Is it not? Let's do this.
Let's go.
Haroon, first up. Jakob Mensik let me do that again, sorry. Jakob Mensik is the most likely player to rival Sinner and Alcaraz over the next decade. Overreaction or not?
I think this is an overreaction. I don't think he's the most player. He's going to be in the mix, but I don't think he's the most player. I think like guys like Lerner Tien, maybe even Fonseca, like I think they're in the mix there, but he's one of the guys. I don't think he's going to be the most. It's not clear yet for me.
Ismaeel, overreaction or not?
You're asking me if he's the next member of the big three. No, I'm going to say, as much as I love Jakob Mensik, I'm going to say it's an overreaction. He's going to be in the mix. Is he most likely? Because I like what I see from Fonseca, from Fils, from Tien.
There's also Draper.
And there's also Draper. So, yeah, I'm not ready to go there, Yousef.
I am ready to go there. This is not an overreaction. Jakob Mensik has everything. He just beat Jannik Sinner. He's 4-2 against top 5 players. He's taken down Novak Djokovic. He's made it deep in Grand Slams. He's won a Masters tournament. He has everything to his name as it stands to say that. So if he can just fix that body and improve mentally, I think he's the guy. He's the guy. Then how about this one? Arthur Fils will be a top 10 player by the end of the clay swing. He has like 5 Masters and a Grand Slam. Ismaeel, overreaction or not?
Ooh, that's tough because, you know, that means he's going to have to knock off some people off their throne. And who's that going to be? But, you know, what I'm seeing from Arthur Fils right now and the fact that he is an excellent clay court player as well, I'm not going to call overreaction. This is not an overreaction. I think with the way he's playing, yes, why not?
Haroon, overreaction or not?
It's overreaction. It's too stacked right now, and I think it's going to be so hard. He has points to defend, by the way, as well. So I think it's going to be difficult for him. Overreaction for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go overreaction. I think he's going to get close. I know he has lots of points that he can gain over the next 3 months, but I'm going to say no. This is an overreaction, but he's going to get very, very close. Then how about this one? Haroon. Jannik Sinner will go home trophyless in Indian Wells and Miami. Overreaction or not?
A gigantic overreaction. He's going to win one of those for sure. This is a guy too smart, too savvy, and too mature to just go home like that, empty-handed. No, he's going to overreaction for sure. Going to win something.
Overreaction or not?
We just saw Ivan Drago bleeds. He's him. He's human right now, Jannik Sinner. And, you know, I think there are other players who are heating up right now. And I don't think it's a knock to say that he's going to go home trophyless. Like he's going to find his form eventually, but I don't think he's going to go home with any title in Indian Wells or Miami. First of all, there's Carlitos. Draper is coming back, who's knows how to play him too. Other top guys, Shelton. Yeah, no, I'm going to go overreaction here. Not an overreaction. I don't think so, Yousef.
Yeah, I'm concerned with Jannik right now, so I'm going to say this is not an overreaction. And Indian Wells in Miami, we've seen different champions over the past few years. So, yeah, I think he'll be back, but not this soon.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time we get new champions in those tournaments.
And how about this one, Ismaeel? Jakob Mensik, Lerner Tien, and Artur Fils are all more promising than Joao Fonseca. Overreaction or
Why
not?
do you guys need to come after my boy, Wow Joao? You know I love Wow Joao. And I have so much respect for Jakob, Lerner, and Artur Fils. And, you know, maybe they might challenge them more, right? And they might be more promising. But for me, I don't think they have the unlimited ceiling that I think Wow Joao has. So at the moment, I'm going to go with overreaction.
Haroon, overreaction or not?
Logic says that they all will be more promising. They all have better wins. They all have more titles. They all have deeper runs, beat more top 10 players. All the logic says it's overwhelmingly against Wow Joao. But the perception and the feeling and the feeling of potential with Wow Joao feels higher. So I'll call overreaction just a little bit.
Yeah, Yousef.
You're saying all the logic says that they are all more promising. I'm going to go with logic on this one. I'm going to say this is not an overreaction. And they have more results. At least, like Jakob Mensik, Artur Fils, I think maybe Artur Fils is on the same promising scale. But no, Wow Joao, actually Wow Joao is higher than Artur Fils. Actually, this is an overreaction. This is an overreaction.
Wow, you just changed? You went away from logic?
Yeah, because those are three guys. I think Jakob Mensik and Lerner Tien have shown us something, but maybe not Artur Fils. So according to the statement, I'm going to say it's an overreaction.
Oh, very technical.
Then last one, Haroon. Carlos Alcaraz will surpass Novak Djokovic's historic 26-0 start in 2020. Overreaction or not?
Oh, I'll call overreaction.
Basically, he needs to win the Sunshine Double. He needs to win Indian Wells and Miami.
And a few matches in Monte Carlo.
Ooh.
I'll call overreaction. No, I'll call overreaction right now. It's amazing what he's doing so far, but no, overreaction.
Ismaeel, overreaction or not?
Oh man, you know, this is a historic record that Novak has. So I'm not ready to go 26-0. I'm not ready. I think it's an overreaction. I think though for sure, Rafa's 18-0 start, which is the third best ever. I think Carlos will check that off. 26-0. I don't think he's gonna go that far.
Then let me be on the record here and say, I think Carlos Alcaraz is going to show us history in 2026. He already has, but he's going to continue to show it. I think he's going to do it. I think Carlos Alcaraz is out to show everyone that he's going to go down as one of the best ever. He's going for the best ever, and he wants to have himself an incredible 2026 season. So no, not an overreaction.
He's a legend already. So it's not that far-fetched.
Yeah. Well, that was our overreaction or not segment. Guys, let us know what you think. Who are you with? Who are you not with? We'd love to hear from what you guys have to say. And please don't forget to subscribe. It means so much to us.
All right, you guys know we like to keep it 100 on this show and let you know where we were right and where we were wrong. Let's start off with where we were wrong. In Qatar, Haroon, you had Sinner. He fell short to Mensik. Going to Rio, we were all wrong there. Me and you, Haroon. Well, me and Yousef, we had Fonseca. Haroon, you had Sebastian Baez. Good pick, but he also went out early this year. And then in Delray Beach, we all whiffed there. Haroon, you had Casper. I had Fritz. Yousef, you had Lerner the Burner. They all fell short because we have now TP and Korda. Where we were right, though.
They're all finalists. They all lost to the finalists.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if we get credit for that, but at least, Yousef, me and you, we were right. We had Carlitos winning in Doha.
You picked the king.
We did have that. So, well, let us know who did you have. And in the meantime, well, it's time to make up for our sins. And we have a chance to do right this time with our picks for this week. Let's start off with Dubai. Yousef, who do you got in Dubai?
I have a man who showed us some incredible form in Qatar, who showed us that he loves to play in the Gulf region, who showed us that actually from this old, new, next gen, he still has it. He still has it. I'm going to go with my boy, the one and only, Andrei Rublev, to win the Dubai ATP 500 Tour.
You took my pick. You took my pick. Haroon, who are you going with?
I'm going for Artur Fils. I think Artur Fils is there. He's a finalist. He lost to Alcaraz. He beat everybody else. So I think I'm going for Artur Fils here.
Wow, those are some nice picks. I'm going to change it up because I don't want to back Rublev here. Let's make it fun and interesting. Welcome back to the tour, Mr. Jack Draper. Let me go with Jack Draper for a surprise run to the title in Dubai.
Wow.
Why not? Why not?
Maybe.
Let's see if we have something fun happening there.
That would be a cool story.
Yeah. You know, we also have going to Latin America. We also have a very nice tournament happening in Acapulco. All right, let's go. Who do you guys got in Acapulco? Haroon, make your pick.
It's a tricky one here, but I'm going to have to go with Sasha Zverev. I think Sasha Zverev here is bound to win a title. I think this is his first one. He's playing great. He loves Acapulco. He loves the vibes there. And I think he's in a good mentality. I'm going for Sasha Zverev.
Yousef, you backing the seeded one?
You know, I expected 2026 to be a spectacular year for Sasha Zverev after what he showed us in the Australian Open. And, you know, in Acapulco, the conditions are sometimes tough. But I have to back the man who I believe is going to have an incredible year. Sasha Zverev is going to win this tournament. I truly believe.
Oh.
Wow. We have double Sasha Zverev. You know, he goes up against Mute round one. Never a safe player to play. But, you know,
don't go unanimous.
I'm going to go for a
unanimous.
very spicy pick here.
Yes,
and it's
Sasha.
me digging for, you know, some of the hope I used to have in the past.
Who's that?
And I like where he is in the draw.
Okay.
Give me Sebi Korda for a run to the Acapulco title. Let me back up his excellent form that he's showing in Delray Beach. You know, Acapulco's not so far away. Similar conditions, dare I say. I think he's going to like it. I think, you know, Sebi Korda might shock us. He might. He might do it.
It's the hope that kills you, my friend.
It's the hope that kills you. Here I am. Hoping once more.
Maybe.
Hoping once more.
Maybe.
It would be fun. He has Mattia Bellucci round one. You know, he'd have to go through the demon. W. It's not
Super tough path.
if they get through, you never know.
True.
You never know. Well, in any case, those were our picks, guys. What did you think about Carlitos' performance in Doha, Qatar? Let us know. We like to read all your comments. And also, who are your picks for Dubai and Acapulco? We like to read every single one of your comments. And in the meantime, check out our recent interviews with Coach Michael Tillström. You're going to love the insights he has there. He's coaching Denis Shapovalov. And also our interview with our man, Coach Christoph Ligon, the coolest and funniest guy on tour. You're going to love it. Subscribe so you can get all your tennis stories here. We'll see you next week after Acapulco and Dubai.
Have a good night. Good night. Good night. Very good night.